Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Gina from Gina K Designs, and I'd like to welcome all of you from all around the world. Welcome to Stamp and Chat Live. I'm a little out of practice. I actually was able to put contact lenses back in my eyes, and now I can see everything. And I'm so distracted by all of your comments. I guess it was better when I couldn't see Tom. How is everybody? We missed you so much. We did a premiere on Thursday, which was super fun because Tom and I got to chat in the comments. And if you missed that one, check it out because I made a card with the new bundle, and I'm going to do another card with the new bundle tonight, and we're going to do a rainbow card. Now, normally when I do rainbow cards, I do stenciling, I do ink blending, and things like that. But tonight we're going to do a little twist on that rainbow idea, and we're actually going to use elements for our rainbow, and we're going to pull those elements from the brand new You Give Me Butterflies bundle. But before we do that, let's say hello to Tom. Hey, Tom.
Hello, everybody.
How are you?
I'm better than horrible. Glad to see you, Gina K.
It's great to see you too. We had a nice little trip last week, right? Over the weekend. Yeah, we got away a little bit and we went down to Florida. One of our favorite spots in Florida is the Gulf Coast, and we got to see a new place that we've never seen before. So for those of you living anywhere near Anna Maria Island, wow, that was absolutely spectacular. We had a great time down there, didn't we?
Parked ourselves on the beach.
Yes.
And we are kind of beach people, aren't we?
We are. When we go on vacation, we don't do any touring, no sightseeing. We just go to the water. Just follow the water, right?
That's right.
That and a fruit salad, and I was happy.
Just add water. Yes.
Yeah. But we are glad to be back in Wisconsin. It's not quite as hot here. Boy, it was hot down there. It is beautiful here today, and but somebody told me that we brought the heat back with us because it's coming up here next. So we'll see. Hey, who cares how hot it is outside as long as you have a little bit of air conditioning and your craft supplies, and you can have some fun making cards. So that's what we're going to do tonight, right?
All right. Let's get at it.
All right, so we're going to start by using this brand new stamp set from the new bundle. This is the You Give Me Butterflies stamp set. And for those of you who got this one or you have one coming on the way, honestly, I love the big, bold black lines. Well, the big, bold lines that you can stamp in black and then stencil in. I absolutely love this stamp set. So I'm going to get my Misty out, and we're going to stamp some of these flower images. Oh, I'm sorry. I know some of you are really hot. But Mindy Egan, you don't have air conditioning? What is going on? Better get your air working, girl. Okay, Mindy Egan just did a great video using this bundle today. She posted it over on her YouTube channel. So check that out. She has 2 videos on her YouTube channel using this one, and they are so much fun. Okay, so I'm going to stamp these 4 flowers, and then I'm going to just flip the paper and stamp them again because I want to have enough to do all the colors of the rainbow. So I'm going to need 7 flowers. Now, you can do more colors of the rainbow if you want by adding colors that are in between. So, for example, we all know the rainbow is Roy G. Biv, which is red, orange, yellow, blue, Roy G, green, blue, indigo, and violet. That's what that stands for. But my rainbow of choice, I kind of take out that blue and indigo and I put turquoise in there. I like the way turquoise works because when you mix turquoise with purple, you get a very bluish purple. So it's more blue. And then when you mix it with green, you get more of an emerald, which is really pretty. I love that. And so I kind of do my own rainbow, but if you need more colors, you can mix colors in that are in between. So for example, if you don't want to go right from turquoise to violet, you could put powder blue in there. You could put blue raspberry, or you could put blue lagoon. Any of those would work just fine. If you wanted to add another color between that green and blue, you could do something that's more emerald, maybe not quite so turquoise, but lends itself to a more bold, vibrant green, and then have a yellow green closer to yellow. So you can add some colors in there if you need them. And at the end of that violet, I always put pink, because pink blends into red really nicely. Now remember, my color theory is not color theory that art students learn. My color theory, it's Gina K color theory, card maker's color theory. Works great for card making and works great for ink blending. I'm going to do this one more time. Just really darken these up a little bit. Okay, looking good. I did that 3 times. I'm going to do this one 3 times too. So, hey, Kathy Zilski, I see you just popped in too, I think. Did I see Kathy? I thought I saw her. It's so nice when other YouTubers pop in on you. It's kind of fun. So, thanks for coming, Kath. Okay, so, and Kathy, you did something with this bundle too, didn't you? I'm pretty sure. I'm trying to remember, because I know Mindy's done a couple things. I know you did something with this bundle. Kathy always does something with our new releases too, and I love that. Thank you, Kath. Okay, so now I've got a bunch of flowers here. I'm going to stamp one more small one just in case I need it, because I might want to alternate between big flowers and small flowers. And if I decide to do that, I want to have one ready to go. I don't want to have to go back later and, you know, try to make that happen. So I'll just stamp it a couple times here. I know, isn't this black nice? This is the Gina K Designs Black Onyx. It's our dye ink, so it dries super fast, so you can just jump right into Copic coloring or colored pencils and Gamsol or ink blending, where our amalgam ink allows you to add watercolor to the mix. This is not water-safe ink, but our amalgam ink is. So you could do anything with that. Okay, so now we have this done, and I probably am going to need a greeting too for this card. So let's see. How about if I do "You're an awesome friend"? I'll put that right in there. I have the empty space, so I might as well use it. Okay. Yes, we are shipping, picking, packing, and shipping as quickly as we possibly can. I know a lot of you are still waiting, but I promise you, we are working. I saw all the teams today picking and packing and shipping, and our assembly team was making more of everything, and so we are hustling to get your orders out, because I know it's so hard to wait, isn't it? I posted something on my Instagram story about life is boring when you're not waiting for a package. It's so true. Okay. All right, so now I have all of this, and I can finally put my Misty away, because we're going to do some ink blending. I love these images too. They're so bright and fun. So I'm going to be using the stencil that works with these. Now you could color these with Copics, or you could color them with colored pencils too if you're not in the mood for some ink blending, but I am in the mood for some ink blending, so I need to get my blending brushes. And I'm going to get my ink stand here so I can grab my colors. Now, for my rainbow today, I'm going to use Red Hot. I'm going to use Tangerine Twist, Wild Dandelion, Lucky Clover, Turquoise Sea, Wild Dandelion, and Passionate Pink. Let's get those here. Okay, so that's my rainbow like that. But you can use any colors you want. So if you don't have Red Hot, check out Red Velvet. If you don't have Tangerine Twist, Sweet Mango will work. Lemon Drop will work instead of this. Jelly Bean, Blue Lagoon. One of our lilacs will work great here. One of the orchids or bubblegum or whatever you have. As long as you have the rainbow, you're in. You're doing it. Okay, so I'm going to grab a little piece of scrap paper here. It's not really scrap paper, but it's paper. And then I'm going to just tape this down so it doesn't move. I don't know where I got this washi tape, but it's so cute. It glitters. It's got a little glitter to it. I have so many washi tapes and things like that that I've purchased over the years. You know how it is, guys, right? You go somewhere, you go to a show, you go to something and you see it and you got to have it. All right, so I'm going to just line this up and I'm going to decide which flowers do I want in which order, because I want to kind of alternate large and small flowers here. So I don't want to do all the big ones and then have all the little ones together. And I don't want to have ones that are the same next to each other. So for red, I'll start with this one. This will be the first one. So I'm going to use some red ink here. And let me get my red blending brush. All right, so I have my red blending brush. Now, if you want to tape down the stencil, you can. You don't have to. Now, there's two ways that you can color this. You can color from around the outside, leaving it a little more white on the inside, or you can color it on the inside, leaving it a little more white around the edges. I mean, around the edges. So let me do this one where I'm bringing that color in from out here just to show you the difference and how it looks. And you can decide which way you like this better. I'm just being a little careful not to go outside of the stencil too much. Okay, so that looks a little glowy, right? I like that. But I did one over here that's the opposite, where it is darker in the center and lighter on the edges. So I'm going to actually use these pieces for a second card tonight, but I'm going to do all of mine where I bring the color from the outside and go lighter on the inside. Okay, so that's my first one. Now for my second flower, I think I want it to be small. I'm going to clean my stencil with my tidy towel just in between so I don't, inadvertently get ink somewhere where I don't want it. So I'm going to go with the Tangerine Twist next. That's this one right here. And I'm going to do a small flower. So all you have to do is kind of line it up so that the petals work. And it doesn't matter if it's not, perfectly lined up, because it does give you kind of a cool little shaded look when the white shows a little bit around the design. So I'm not too worried about it, but I'm going to go around the outside here.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Is this the first stencil set that lines up automatically with the stamped images?
No, we had the Radiant Roses, which did that as well. And I'm trying to think. Somebody think for me out there. Some of you guys probably know better, but I know Radiant Roses did, and that was a bundle as well. But that was a more elegant bundle, and this is just a more fun bundle. Okay, so now I'm going to do this one next. So you see I'm going big, small, big, and I will do Wild Dandelion next. We do have some ink cubes in bundles. We have some seasonal ink cubes. They do sell out quickly when they come back in stock, but we definitely have some, so you can check those out on our website. But we don't necessarily have this rainbow blend, but we have them in seasons like summer, fall, summer, autumn, winter, spring. Then we have a collection that's called 2018, I think, because it came out and it was just a collection of 8 colors, but they're very tropical. I keep thinking I should rename that like the Calypso collection because it's so tropical. I love it so much. Okay, so now I got the yellow on there. Now we could go small or we could go big in the middle. And I think I'm going to do another big one. So I'm going to do this one. You see how none of these flowers are the same. So none of these are all going to be touching each other and they're not the same flower. So I wouldn't want to do this one and this one next. Or I wouldn't want to do this one and this one together. So let's do this in the green. We'll get the lucky clover. I know, I think everybody kind of likes this. I don't know if Radiant Roses is still in stock or not, to be honest with you. Some of it may be, but not all of it. So, you know, sometimes they sell out and then their parts are on order. All right, so I don't really have ordering information or product information here. That's always better, you know, if you want to check with customer service, they can give you updates and things like that. Okay, so we've got the green. That's the lucky clover. See, I love when it doesn't just go to the edge. It leaves a little bit. Just looks a little more whimsical to me. All right, I'm going to do another small one now. No, I'm going to do, let's see. I'm going to do this one down here with the blue because that'll be a little different, not too close. Okay, so we're going to do the Turquoise Sea down here, which is my blue of choice today and every day of my life. Chuck made some fantastic color charts in our group. Shout out to Chuck Meadows. Thank you, Chuck. They are amazing and they're very helpful for people to be able to see all the colors, and great job. Thank you. Chuck is one of the moderators in our group over on Facebook. If you're not in our group, I highly encourage you to join because our group is really fun. Today, I mean, Jennifer Geib, every Tuesday, she posts her what's for dinner post and we all share what we had for dinner. It's just fun. It's like a big family. Okay. Thank you, Tom, for sharing that. Okay, so now we've got the blue. Let's go with a small one again for purple. And I'd like to welcome everyone. I just popped my head up and saw that there's a whole bunch more of you here, and I want to say hello and thank you so much for joining us. We're so glad to have you. So now we're on violet. We're going to use wild lilac. And again, I'm kind of going around the outside. Now, you could use the dark, medium, and light lilacs for this too, if you wanted to just pick one of those, if you don't have this color. Love the shading on these. And then my final one is going to be Passionate Pink. And for that, I'm going to go with this flower again. I like this one. And I think these two being opposites on opposite ends of each other will be cute. All right. So
Laura is asking, would using smaller brushes work?
Yes, absolutely. And we have smaller blending brushes in our collection. So just as an example, here's a smaller brush and they would definitely work. So if you have smaller ones, you can definitely use those. All right. I'm just going to hold that into place and get my pink on here. So this is Passionate Pink. But if you don't have this color, Orchid, Carnation, Bubblegum, Dusty Rose would be really pretty. Okay, loving that. All right, so now I've got 7. And I think 7 is a good number for a variety of reasons. I like the idea that it's an odd number. I also like that we got the pink in there because I always love when my rainbow can include that purple and that pink at the end. And this is going to be the perfect size for the card. So now we're going to do a bit of die cutting. And I'm going to get my die cutting machine. And then I'm going to cut 2 panels. I'm going to cut something from Master Layouts 3 and master layouts too, because one of these cards I'm going to turn into a little wreath card. And one of them I'm going to make a regular A2, because I know not everybody is a square card fan. So I want to do one of each so that everybody gets something.
And a question from Heather, are your blending brushes spongy or made with bristles?
They are made with bristles. The bristles are actually a plastic bristle. They're super soft. And if anybody out there has the blending brushes, if you can attest to how soft they are, they're super, super soft. But they are not a sponge. They are a bristle. Makes great ink blending. All right, so I'm going to cut this one out first. Should I just try to cut as many as I can? Maybe I'll do that. I'll see how many I can cut without taping over other images. So I'm just going to use a little washi tape on the ends here. This sparkly washi tape. It's so cute. Let's see what I can do. I think everybody would rather see me do this part than watch me cut 12,000 times. Ooh, somebody's car is screaming out there. Tom and I do our lives here in our manufacturing facility, in our warehouse. We have offices up front, and one of the offices has been converted into a studio, and we do our lives here. And it's funny because during the day, I don't know, it's really busy out there during the day because everybody's open. It's a manufacturing park, right? But at night, it seems like there's more like hot rods and people flying through on their cars and honking horns, and it's kind of active here at night. Okay, so we've got 3. That's good. They look good. They're cut out pretty well. Now I promise you I will not throw these away, because if you know me and you've been with me for any significant period of time, you know I do that. Don't mean to. All right, I wonder if I could pick. Ooh, I can pick these back up. So I'm going to just replace these. That's great. Okay. So I hope everybody is having fun crafting. One of the things that happens to me when I go on a little vacation, that's when I start to feel inspired. My mojo, my mojo always seems to come back when I'm not near my craft supplies. Why is that? I could be sitting right here with all my stuff going, I don't know what I want to make. And then I go on vacation. I think I could make 700 cards right now. I know all the ones I want to make. I have to start bringing more craft stuff with me, like stuff to color on the beach. Do you guys take stuff with you when you color? I mean, when you travel, do you have a little to-go bag of crafty items that you take? And what do you take? That's what I would like to know, because I mean, my go-to is some line art images and colored pencils, but maybe I should like do a bunch of die cutting first or something. Is that what it is? Withdrawal? Probably,
So,
yeah.
Gina was actually looking around the airport, and it was quiet, and thinking, this place really needs a little crafting center.
I did say that. I said that. I said, you know what a good business would be at this airport? I was in Atlanta, and I thought, if I had a long layover and there was a place where I could go and just make cards, or I could go and color, and they had like good colored pencils and they had like good images to color, I would totally do that. Wouldn't you guys do that? I mean, I'm not the only one, right? I'm hoping I'm not the only one. Yes, the fruit salad. The fruit salad is good. And if you're new here and you're wondering why I'm talking about fruit salad is sangria. And one time on a live, I mentioned that I was trying to be healthy and I was having a fruit salad. And I took a sip. And then all of a sudden it didn't sound very healthy anymore. Okay, so my last two I'm cutting out here, and then I'm going to cut out those panels of Master Layouts 2 and Master Layouts 3. For a road trip, yeah, I know, like a road trip is tough because it's bumpy, so you can't really like color in the car, but could definitely color when you get there and just chill. I'm going to save these two because I'm definitely going to do something with these. Not now, but at another time. I don't throw away stuff like that. Do you guys? All right, so now where are my die sets? Master Layouts, where are you? I pulled them out because I wanted to use them, and of course I lost them. Here they are. Master Layouts 2 and Master Layouts 3. So Master Layouts 3 was designed to work with our Wreath Builder templates. And they're squares, and both of these squares that are stitched will fit into the 2 Wreath Builder templates. So I think I'm going to use the smaller 2. This is the 3 3/4 inch one, and then the shadow layer for that. And for Master Layouts 2, I'm going to use the stitched rectangle and the shadow layer for that. So first, we're going to cut out the white panels. Move this up a little bit. We're going to cut out the white panels, which is the stitched ones. Now, if you struggle die cutting, you can always turn this. It helps it go into the machine a little bit better if it's not going straight in against the roller. When you turn it a little bit, one corner goes in first, and it rolls through much, much easier. So let's give that a try. And let's see. So now we have that. So this is going to be for one card. I'm going to cut another white one using the stitch die from Master Layouts 2. Now remember, if you don't have these dies, you can still make these cards. You don't have to worry about that because all you have to do is cut that first square 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. This one, if you want to do this card, all you do is cut your rectangle 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. So you don't need these die sets to make this card or any of these cards that I make. I just like using them because number one, it takes all the guesswork out of the measurements because you get the shadow layer and it's perfect. And number two, I'm a big fan of that little stitched edge. I just think that that's extra pretty. A little bit of extra fun in there. Okay, so now it's time to cut those black panels. Let me grab a little piece of black cardstock, and I'm just going to trim this black cardstock off camera here because I did not have it prepared. I'm going to cut it in half, and then I'm going to cut it into quarters. So I've got 2 quarter sheets of black here. Okay. Oh, I saw somebody say hi to Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer. Okay, so now once again, we're going to turn this a little bit and just have that corner go through that die cutting machine first. Kind of eases the tension a little bit. And we're going to cut the black layer. And then, let's see. Now I'll show you how this looks if you're new to this. This is perfect for the Wreath Builder. It'll pop right into the Wreath Builder template, and then you can have that cute little shadow layer without the guesswork. And you can see that. Do I have a piece of other color there? You can see how nice that little edge is. I love that 1/8 of an inch border. Alrighty, now we're going to cut the bigger one. This is Master Layouts 2, the bigger one. And then I'm going to put those away so I don't lose them because these are my favorite dies ever that I've ever had in my life. The Master Layouts collection. Oh, thank you, Brenda. I appreciate that. Brenda said my voice was lovely. So sweet. Thank you, Brenda. It's not always lovely, and you can ask my children. They will tell you that there are many occasions where it isn't lovely. All right, so you can see what that looks like. I like to show it once in a while. I know so many of you that come to the lives have been with me for years and years and years of doing lives. I started doing lives back in, I want to say, I'm guessing it was 2017, where my daughter Rena, who was away at college, she and I would go live every Monday night together. And she would do it from Minnesota and I would do it from Wisconsin. And she would make cards and I would make cards. And that's when we started doing our lives. And then I really started doing lives during COVID. That March when COVID hit, I started doing lives 3 times a week. And I really haven't stopped. So, okay, now we're going to get to the next step. So I have this cute little, where's my thing so I can zoom in. Here it is. So now I have my cute little stitched edge here. So we'll make this card first. And we will just do a little bit of tape on the back here. I'm just going to tape this down so it sticks to that. And then I'm going to use the fizzy stencil for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to twist these flowers. Let me show you what I mean by twist them. Let me do it on here first. I'm going to start down here, and I'm kind of going to do like a twist like that. Actually, I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to kind of go this way and up and back down. So I'm going to twist these flowers in a little line like this. So this is going to come up here. This is going to be down here. And I put those two together so I could just pop the orange one there. And you see my rainbow is starting, right? And then I'm going to add this blue one next. So I'm doing my layout here. And then like I put these two together, I'm going to put the blue and the pink together over here. And then we'll pop this little purple one up there. So I'm going to do a little twist like that. That's going to be the layout of my card. And then I'm going to have this right here. So what I want to do is I want to stencil a fun little background, but I want the stencil to be seen. If I follow this same path, I'm going to cover it all up. So I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to start up here and work my way down and go back up, if that makes sense. So I'll start up here, work my way down, and come back up. I'm going to use a very light color. I'm going to use a little bit of sea glass for this. It's just fun, isn't it? It's a fun. Yes, Jennifer, rainbows for the win, always. Can never go wrong with a rainbow. Rainbows make me happy. They just make me think of summer. I just love it. Okay, so we'll start up here. We're kind of going to come up here, go down and up with a light touch. I could do the whole thing, but I don't want stencil everywhere. So, and if you feel more comfortable, if it's easier for you, you can always tape your stencil down with some pixie tape or purple tape or washi tape. Okay, so we're going to start up here. I'm going to get a little bit, and then we're going to come down here, down this way, and we're going to go up again. So we're kind of making a little twist on the paper. But we're not doing the whole thing. So see how fun that is? Now, when we lay these out, we're going to be able to see this. Like this. And again, this one's going to go down here. And then this is going to pop right in between there. And I am going to leave a little bit of space in between them. I want to make sure that the centers of the flowers show because I'm going to pop some pearls in there. I've got some rainbow pearls that are going to work really nicely in there. And then that will go right there. So once again, I hate to do this every time because I like to test, and make sure it looks good before I commit. So we're going to adhere these two panels together. And I don't know about you, but like if this card's going to go this way, I like to hold it this way when I do this because it never looks right if I hold it the other way, unless that's the way the card's going to be. Does that make sense? So if you're layering these two together, don't layer them this way, layer them the same way you're going to do your card. Okay, now we can do this one more time, and then we can start putting these down onto the paper. And I love having a green flower in there. I think that that's fun. It makes up for the lack of leaves, the lack of foliage we have going here. I want to figure out where we want them. We want to make sure that they're down far enough on the card, and then this will go right there. So does that look like a pretty good layout to you guys? You feel the rainbow flow of that, right? You feel that? I feel that. I am going off a little bit, and it's okay. And here's why. Because this is not an A2 card. What we're going to do is we're going to put this onto a card base. And if you feel more comfortable seeing it on a card base first, because a lot of people do, you'd rather see it. I'm going to cut a white card base for this. It's just a half sheet, 5.5 by 8.5. I like to say that in case we have new friends. And I know we have a lot of new crafters. A lot of you guys are new to crafting and new to stamping, and something like a measurement can be helpful. And then when you get to stamp as long as I have and your memory starts to go, it's helpful again. Okay, so you can kind of see how I like things to go off that panel, extend a little bit outside. I feel like that brings a little more whimsy to that card. Okay, so we're going to tape these on one at a time. I'm going to slip them out and tape them on. Now, you could pop some up. I might do that. We'll see. Might pop up these two and then the greeting, because those are going to be on top, and these are just kind of funneling underneath each other like this. So here's this one. Look at this one under here a little bit. And then we'll pop this up and this up. And then the greeting will go here like that. I like that. I might pull this one down just a little bit more. Okay. Now let me get my foam squares. So I have these, which are the 1/4 inch foam squares, and I also have these 1/2 inch foam squares. Now they're very thin. They're only 1/8 of an inch, but if you want them to be higher, popped up a little higher, you can just double them up. But I'm only going to do the one because I don't think that there's a reason to have that high of a flower, but sometimes there is. So sometimes if you have a couple layers here on your flowers, you might want to do that. So I've just put one popped up there and this one popped up here like that. And then I'm going to pop up this greeting. So I'm not going to pop it up on the A. I'm just going to go like along here. So that's where these littler foam squares really work, these smaller ones. Just do a few, and I can just leave the A where it is on awesome. And I can just put a little tape on that so it'll tape down onto the flower, and that will secure it. And this I'm not too worried about, but if you really like to have extra up here, then what I suggest is just cut a couple of these down, which you can see that I did. I just cut a couple of them kind of in half, but maybe a little more than half, just to use the real tiny little pieces. Okay. Let's see what happens here. Well, we're going to have time to do our little wreath one too, which is fun. So now before I put this on, I am going to do myself the favor of adhering this card base onto this card panel, because I want to make sure that my greeting is straight. So it will help me if the card panel is straight. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's get that there. And before I commit, I want to make sure it's where I want it. And then once I'm committed, I can just put that down. Okay, so there's my first card. Let's add a couple little pearls on this. So I've got these rainbow pearls. And if you have these rainbow pearls, don't worry if they don't match perfectly. These do not match perfectly, but once you get them on there, they look perfect. And this everybody loves this dish. Don't get it. It's terrible. It's a sushi, like a soy. It's for like soy and yum yum sauce, or soy and ginger, or whatever you want to do. But the pearls just run into each other. So get little single dishes like these if you like to have your embellishments sitting out front. I tried it and failed, so you don't have to. How's that? That's the gift. Okay. So I'm going to just pop a little bit of glue into each center here. I know I'm down kind of far on the screen. I'll move up. And now there's a variety of sizes here, so they don't all have to be the same, but sometimes the littlest ones just, there we go. So you can vary. So this one does not look that red, but it is the red one you can see on the bottom. So we'll put that on the red. And then we'll use a big yellow. Okay, and then we're going to use a smaller orange one. So this orange one looks a little peachy, but it works really nice. And when you get it on there, it pulls up the orange. Orange, I say orange wrong because I'm from Philadelphia. I apologize. It's not really wrong. It's just not right. It's less than right. It's better than horrible though. All right, so I'm going to see what this one looks like, because I think that is cute there. And then we could do a bigger blue one. I love my Philadelphia friends, so don't write in. I love you. Okay, so here's another tiny purple, and then a pink. Let's do a pink. Do this medium-sized pink. And I like that, you know, there's a bigger one on this one than this one. It just changes it up. Okay, so I'll show you that close up. You can see. Now, those pearls were not the same exact colors, right? But now they look right. They look fine. So if you have these pearls, don't worry. If they don't match your green perfectly, they will once you get it on your card. They're kind of metallic. So, all right, I'm going to put this card aside. And let me get rid of these pearls. I'm just going to move them right over here because we're going to use them again probably. And then these are the ones that I had cut out earlier. Now, like these, I tried to do a little ink blending from around the outside. These, I started more on the inside and left it a little bit lighter on the outside. So, and I thought I'd use this greeting for this card. All right, now we're going to do a little bubbly kind of thing here on this as well. This is like a little set of cards. They're so cute together. So these, we're going to pop that little fizzy down. It's a fun stencil. And again, we're going to go back to that sea glass ink because I just think it works so nicely. And we'll give a few bubbles around the outside because that's where you're going to see them. But we're not going to go all the way to the edge. We're just going to kind of do a circular thing. Now, we might not see too many of these, but that's okay. So now we've got that little bit of bubbly going around. And now we're going to lay these out in rainbow order. So, oh, again, I should probably do this first. We'll get these layered up. My bubbly stencil, you like it? I like it too. What am I doing wrong here? Let's see. This is a square, but I don't know what it is. Some days I feel like if I can't get it to line up and I turn it, other days I line it up perfectly. You know, it's a me thing. Now I'm going to cut a card base. What I'm going to do, let me show you the way I'm going to cut this card base because I don't have a big paper cutter up here. So I've got, I'm just going to go right on top of all this. I've got my square buddy here, and I'm going to score this at the 4 1/4 inch mark. This is a piece of cardstock that measures 4 1/4 by 11. Then I'm going to fold it down here like this. And then I'm just going to cut it out at the 4 1/4 inch mark on my paper cutter. And this way I have a bigger piece left over. Rather than folding it in half and then cutting the end off, I've got a bigger piece. I could stamp a few flowers on here. So that's a good scrap to keep. I don't know why I felt compelled to share that, but that might be helpful to somebody.
It's a very good scraplication.
Scraplication? Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, your word of the day. Oh my gosh. Where's your word of the day? It's 7:47 here. We've got to get going with your word of the day, Tom. So before you do your word of the day, let me lay this out. And then while I'm doing all the sticky stuff and gluing everything down, we can have that word of the day. So we've got 7 flowers here, which is perfect. I like to make them a little wonky. So we've got, we're just going around kind of in a wreath pattern. And we can kind of smooth this out as we need to. When I say smooth it out, I mean like move things around as we need to once we get these in place. Okay. You know, to make it look more round and less pointed on one end.
Scraplicable.
Scraplicable. I love that. Okay, so there's my little wreath that's going to be on that card. And then this is going to just pop up right in the center. Okay, so we've got a little twisty design here and a circular design here. So while I adhere all these down, and I'm going to leave these 2. I think I might pop up these 2 again. Maybe not this time. Let's see how it goes. I don't think I will, but all right, Tom. Tom, we need you in for the word of the day.
Oh, that wasn't the word of the day?
Oh, was it the word of the day? Sorry.
Uh-oh. I do have another one in the wings.
You do?
Should I throw that one out there too?
Yes.
Okay. So this is from, this word is from watching a YouTube video, a couple of them, of people on their bicycles. Now, you know I'm a biker, but I'm a road biker. I'm not like a mountain biker. Those people bomb down hills in their, you know, on their mountain bikes. And I saw a video of these people on these bike paths on mountain passes, like thousands of feet up. So like the trail would have been bad enough, the path, but to be on there on a bicycle was just, people who were like on, you know, Mount Everest are saying, this is crazy, don't do this.
Wow.
But they're riding bikes along these trails along the cliff. And so my word for that type of path is a psychopath.
That's a good one.
I couldn't do it. I could not do it. I'd have to just point my tire out into the beyond and just cut right to the chase.
Cut right to the
go
chase.
Right over the...
Not waiting to see if you're going to fall off. Just ride off.
Yeah. So that's the word of the day: psychopath and scraplication.
Scraplication. I love it. That's great. All right. So now I'm going to put these gems on here. And I decided not to pop that up, as I'm sure you guys could see from my scraplication here. I don't know if I have another tiny orange one. I may have used all of those one time. There's kind of a smaller one. It's not small, but it's smaller, so I'll use this one. Maybe I'll mix it up where I use a tiny yellow one. No, I'll use a tiny green. I don't know. I'm just going to use whatever is close by. How's that? I'm stressing too much about trying. I'm going to use all that size. Stressing too much about trying to find the right size or to mix it up enough, and I don't think I need to.
There's nothing sad about these cards.
No, these are the happiest cards. These are definitely happy cards. Happy, summery, just, ooh, here's a nice purple one. Since I'm doing all the same size now, I can't stop. I gotta go for it. Ooh, here's a nice pink. Do I want that pink or do I want a more purpley pink? Oh, I'll use that pink. Okay, so now I've got my gems on there. Psychopath. That's funny. And then because, you know, this is going to go a little bit over the words, I think I'm going to focus most of my foamage in this area.
Kathleen is asking if we still use our camper.
We don't, Kathleen. We don't camp anymore. We now stay at a little place in Florida that we like. So we don't. We bought that camper. I'll tell you, the thing that made camping so great for us is we didn't know where we wanted to vacation. Like, we didn't know what we liked yet. So we used that to go to lots of different places. And then once we figured out that we kept going back to the same place over and over again, it made more sense for us just to, you know, stay in a place rather than camp. Okay, that is cute. I like that. I hope you guys like that too. Let's just pop that up a little bit there. There we go. Okay, so there's my little wreath card. You're so sweet, and you are an amazing friend. So what do you guys think? Do you like the rainbow, but not a rainbow ink blend, more just using little elements to create a rainbow? And instead of doing them just in a straight line, kind of doing a twist or a curve kind of thing. I love it. I think it's so much fun. And I just want to make tons and tons of these cards. But Tom, we got to give these cards away tonight.
Oh boy.
So we got 2. I don't know if I told you I was going to do 2. I think I did, though. You're usually pretty good with having a backup just in case I do that. Along the way. Okay. All right. So where are we? There we are. Okay.
All right.
So let's start with, let me zoom out a little bit here. Okay. Let's.
Fanfare was a little early.
The fanfare. Oh, did you go yay? Or did you or drum roll? All right. Let's start with this card, the You Are Awesome card.
Okay, this awesome card goes to Priscilla Pedroza.
Yay, Priscilla! Woohoo! Congratulations! Okay. All right, and then the little wreath card. Who gets the little wreath card?
little wreath card goes to Linda Ashline.
Yay! Linda, congratulations. All right, ladies, all you have to do is send your name and address to info@ginakdesigns.com, and I will get these cards out to you. Well, you guys, thank you so much. We had so much fun tonight, and thank you for all of your kind comments. I look up as much as I can when I'm live. I can't always do that. That's why those premieres are fun for me once in a while. But I do go back and look and see what everybody said, and it's always so much fun to read your comments. So Tom and I will be back on Thursday with another Stampin' Chat Live. We do that at noon Central Time. That's our afternoon spot. And then I will be back this weekend with another 5-minute card video. Until then, everybody, stay safe and healthy. We love you all so very much. And mwah, we'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.